Hi guys, it's me, Timmy, the professional amateur, and I am broadcasting today from my brand new office space. I just got this space a few days ago, and I'm very excited to have my own space, and I highly recommend it if you can afford it. Now, to be honest with you, I usually wouldn't be able to afford it, and I wasn't even thinking about it, but I have recently moved to another state and staying with my dad. And I was gonna get an apartment, but I couldn't decide where to get the apartment, and I don't really have a full-time job. So this office space was available, and I called just to ask. I thought it was going to be really expensive, but it was not. It was cheap, and I was like, whoa, I can afford that. And so I'm a graphic designer and an artist, so I can use it to do art and to do graphic design and to have an office space. And I can write it off on my taxes, right? So that's the first thing. Find your own space. If you can't afford an office space, you could use your car, you could go to the park, you could just use your apartment. I don't know. You know, everybody has to figure it out for themselves. This is a big deal for me because I've always had roommates, and I don't know. This is just a big deal for me. Anyway, my other thing I would like to talk about, I'm trying to cover what I covered before. I have already recorded this twice and forgot to press record on a photo booth twice in a row and done the whole talk. And then at the end, I'm like, where is it? So it better work this time. It looks like it's actually recording. Anyway, I'm rambling as usual, but I don't really know what my blog is about. It's basically about being a professional amateur and just, I guess for the creative person, just working to get to the next level, because I know a lot of people are like me and they are trying to get to the next level, and sometimes you just don't know what to do or where to start. Anyway, okay, so I also want to talk about notebooks. Okay, so here's a notebook I've been writing in for, I don't know, this year, I guess. And this one I basically write just random, like, I don't know if you've ever read The Artist Way. It's supposed to write 3 pages a day. I don't do it every day. I do it occasionally, but I'll write that in this. I'll write down brainstorming, different ideas, stuff like that. I've also got this, which I've been mostly doing drawings in. I've been trying to simplify a little bit and just draw one thing. So I've been drawing these egrets, or birds. I see them everywhere. So, and just using pen and ink, because I was trying to use too many different art supplies and do too much different stuff. So I'm really just trying to simplify a little bit. I don't know, it's my backyard here. I don't know. I've got my date book that I write in sometimes. I've got this. And I've got this. This is like a productivity planner. When you like really want to like be organized in the day, like you pick, oh, today the most important thing to get done is this. And then you time yourself and you fill in these little circles. It's kind of a good idea, but I can't deal with this every day, but I do it every once in a while. So anyway, my problem was that I have too many notebooks, and sometimes I'm like, what notebook do I take with me? It gets so confusing. Sometimes it's good just to take one notebook if you're going somewhere, going to a coffee shop. You don't need to carry all this crap with you. But you know what I've really decided? I think I just decided this today. I have this little one that fits in my purse. And I usually only have a small purse with me. And this fits right in the purse. So I can write lists, I can take notes. I don't usually want to work on any high-end drawing or anything when I'm at a coffee shop. I'm usually very distracted, so this is actually kind of fine, this size. And look, it's got a little folder thing in it if you want to, I don't know, put something in there. But you can do drawings in this, whatever, you know. What do you really need? How long are you actually going to be at the coffee shop? Unless you're different and you go to the same coffee shop, but I'm always driving around. I always go somewhere I've never been before, whatever's around. I usually don't stay that long, so I'm finding this is the best thing to have with me. Okay, my other tip to give to you is the one you write in the most, I guess. This is important. Go back and read your notes. Right? I mean, I don't do it hardly ever. I forget about it. And then when I go back and read them, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot about all this stuff. Half the stuff I didn't even do. But sometimes I'll find something like, oh, I did that. That happened. I did that. Like, I actually accomplished some things. There's a lot of things I'm talking about in here, though, like, oh, I was going to have an album done, and finish this song, or record this, and do that, blah, 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 blah. Which I did record it, but it was so last minute that it didn't come out very good. But, okay, let's just stay positive here. Go back and read your notes. Maybe spend an hour a week. That's what I'm trying to do. Spend an hour a week. And I was going to read something for you. I read it on the other ones, and now I have lost the page. I'm going to have to edit this. Oh, okay. Okay, so apparently I felt the need to sit and write something, but I didn't know what to write about. So my first sentence was, I think this was just like a prompt for me to write. If I was in another country and set aside time for writing, what would I write about? And so I just started brainstorming it. Maybe I was thinking of writing a book or something. And I ended up writing lyrics. Because I always think I need to write more music, and I just never get around to it. So here's what I wrote. Would I whine and cry about my day today? Here I lament about what to say. Would a story be born from my adventures? Would I imagine being whisked away by a handsome gentleman? Would I write about my childhood, my ridiculous relationships, maybe about a lesson I learned on one of my trips? A children's story about a girl and a cat, a scary tale starring a witch and a bat, a Hollywood screenplay about taking over the weather, a biography about a guy who wore leather, a musical starring a dog and a frog, animated and accompanied by punk rock songs, literary tales illustrating a lesson, anecdotes and definitions of what they mean, a story of my musical life and the trials and tribulations and the stress and the strife, a manifesto, a drama, a screenplay, a comedy routine, a TED Talk, performance art piece, a rant about technology. So I really didn't write any of those things. I wrote something else about the possibility of writing all those things. And that's a thing too. If I wanted, I could go back to that and be like, oh, I'll take this idea. I'm going to write a biography about a guy who wore leather. I don't know, it would be a fun exercise for an evening maybe, right? Okay, so basically my message for today is find your own space, get an office space if you can. Take time to reflect on the creativity that you've already laid down. Don't get confused with too many tools and obligations to keep things compartmentalized. And yeah, move on to the next level. You can do it. Yeah, move on to the next level. You can do it. Professional, amateur, over and out.